Hey guys, today I want to talk about a topic that no one really talks about, no one admits to, but I lost a fish yesterday. And it's because I didn't take the time to retie. It is very important to do this. Now, I usually do this every time before I hit the ramp. I tie all my rods up at the boat ramp. Sometimes I tie them the night before to save time, but I didn't do it last time. And I lost, I'm guessing, a 4.5, probably 5-pound smallmouth. Definitely would have been my PB. I know this because it was within arm's reach of my kayak when it broke off. So what we do when we retie, I personally use a lot of braid to leader. So I want to show you guys my braid to leader knot, just to kind of do an example of what you should do. Don't do what I did and just say the heck with it and just fish anyways. So the first thing you need to do, and you guys may not be able to see this line very well, there's a lot of instructionals on this, but I just want to show you guys how I do it. This is my leader line right here. This is just a fluorocarbon. It's actually a Seagar red label. It's nothing fancy. I don't spend a lot of money on line. It's just something I don't do. You take your braid and you go through a loop on your leader line. I pull out quite a bit and then I pinch it. I then take my leader line and I take my braid and I drape it over a couple of times. Kind of go a little bit further back into the tag end. And then I switch sides and I pinch that side, and then I go around it 10 times. So you go around that loop 10 times. 1, 2, I'm not going to count all of them for you guys. Now, what you're doing is you're wrapping from where your tag ends are towards your loop. You notice the loop falls down through. You notice my original line is falling down through. I go back through the same way you came in. That's very important, otherwise the knot won't cinch up properly. And then, one of the most important parts, put it in your mouth. Lick it, pull it tight. You get a hold of it here. And you'll see it makes a very small knot. And that's what I do for my braid to leader knot. It holds really well. Now there is the Crazy Alberto, which is the same knot. You just wrap both directions. I don't always use that one because honestly, I find I have a worse break ratio with the Crazy Alberto than I do with just the All Bright knot. After that, your leader length, and I get asked this question a lot. My leader length is really dependent on what I'm planning on fishing for a bait and how easy it is to cast, because I don't give myself 20 feet, 15 feet. I literally use this scientific method. I take the knot in my fingers and I go just past my elbow into my bicep, and that's where I do it. I have no idea what that distance is, but it's just enough to give distance between that braid and that bait. And then I tie on my bait, whatever I'm using, either, in this case, it's a finesse application, so I'm probably going to tie on a Ned rig. Now, some guys will use super long leaders. I'm not necessarily saying don't do that. The thing I've had a problem with is as I cast my knot through my eyes a lot, it tends to weaken the knot and you have to retie more. I like to be able to give myself just enough line so that I can actually still cast, but not have to reel the knot into that first eye. It's just something I do. So I hope that information helps you guys out. You can do this with any braid, any leader. I use mono sometimes. It doesn't necessarily matter. It just gives you a little bit of a clear buffer between your braid and your bait to help it be a little less visible in the water. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as always, let's get out there, catch more fish.